Well, hi there, everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Kareth, and I'm so thankful you stopped by today. I'm going to do a recipe for some homemade granola, and it's so delicious. Y'all are going to love it if you try it. Homemade granola is really not a difficult thing to make. It's just that most people don't, and I'm not sure why, because it's easy, and I think you probably have the ingredients in your house already. It's so much better than anything you can buy at the store. I'll put the full recipe down in the description box below as far as the amounts and things like that. Now, I like to use old-fashioned oats here instead of the quick cook oats because I think these old-fashioned oats give you a better crunch in the finished granola. They really do hold up better, so I do recommend you use those. Along with those oats, you're going to need some coconut, and I like the sweetened flaked coconut here, but you could use unsweetened if you prefer. The best kind of almonds to add to my granola are the blanched and slivered almonds. They hold together better in this granola. Just give those a mix, and then into a Pyrex dish or a different bowl, you're going to put the liquid ingredients. So you're going to need some oil, and then along with that oil, some maple syrup and some other sweeteners. Now, I like a combination of sweeteners here, okay? I like maple syrup, the Thrive Life honey crystals, as well as some brown sugar. I like all of those in it. Now, it's not a lot of each one of them, just a couple tablespoons of each thing, but it's totally up to you. I do like a sweet granola. I like the salty and the sweet. So for someone who doesn't really like a sweet granola, you might cut back a little bit on these sweeteners. But if I were you, I'd try it the way I write the recipe first and then adjust. Now, you do need some salt in there and just a little bit of cinnamon. And then you'll need to mix this together. I find it easier if you'll stick that whole thing into the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then it will come together a lot easier. And then all you're going to do here is you're going to add that liquid sweetener and oil mixture into the oats. Give that a stir to combine. You want everything really nice and combined. Now this step here, it will take a minute actually, but just be patient, keep stirring, just keep stirring, just keep stirring. And I think you would stir for probably a minute or so. You want to make sure every individual oat and nut is coated in that oil mixture because you're going to bake it for a good amount of time and you want it to bake evenly. I've got my oven set at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And you need to bake this for about 25 minutes to half an hour, something like that. And you have to stir it every 10 minutes or so. Now it's time to add some fruit to your granola. And it's totally up to you what kind of fruit you add to this batch. The peaches in here are really good. So here are some of the freeze-dried peaches. They just snap right in pieces, or you could cut them if you want to. You'll get a little powder that way, but that would still work. I was going to show you what I did with my leftovers. Somebody had asked me to demonstrate. So this is what I do. I just get out some sort of a mason jar, whatever size I need. And you just want to make sure you have a clean rim there. Put on your lid. This is the vacuum sealer that I got off of Amazon. I have it linked in my description box below. It fits both the wide mouth jars and the regular mouth. And you have to take off the attachment in order to fit the wide mouth. And that's what you do. And then I've set that on top of the jar. I hold it down to make sure it gets a seal. And I let it go for, I don't know, like 40 seconds or so. You'll hear a difference in the tone. And that's all there is to it. That's completely sealed, and that will keep those peaches really nice and crispy. Now here I am stirring that granola, and you'll do that every 8 or 10 minutes. All right, next I'm going to add some of our freeze-dried cherries. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I opened that can of cherries about 2 years ago, and you know, they are still good. The sweet cherries are super tasty. And you could cut them if you prefer. You could cut them with a knife or with scissors or whatever. But I probably put about a cup of cherries and about a cup of peaches in there. Stir that granola. And once you get it to about this brownness, this doneness, then pull it out. You do not want to take it farther than that because it will taste burnt. And it's because I think those almonds will burn. You'll need to let this cool completely, and that'll probably take a little over an hour. And then you can add it to a bowl, add your fruit, stir it up really well, and then you can store it in mason jars. I got about 1.5 quarts from that batch. So that's about 6 cups. I'm going to vacuum seal the quart. See, you can pick it up by just that lid there. It's good and sealed. I like this in parfait form on yogurt. My husband prefers it on ice cream. It's good by itself. It's good with some milk, like a cereal. It's incredibly good. Y'all, this tastes so yummy. My mom made her granola with apricots and craisins, but she did not make it very often. We did not get this very often. I had completely forgotten about it until I found one of her cookbooks years later, and I remembered, oh yeah, that was the stuff with the apricots in it. I've been making this recipe for probably 15, 16 years, something like that. I got this recipe, or the idea of it, from Ina Garten on the Food Network. She has some great recipes, and years ago when the girls were little and I would watch the Food Network during their naps, I decided, yeah, I think I'm going to make granola. And so this is the granola that I've made through the years. And y'all, it's so good. I think you're going to love it. Now, if you like using freeze-dried food and think you would like a cookbook using completely shelf-stable ingredients, I've got 2 cookbooks out for meals in jars. The first cookbook came out about a year ago, and then I just released the second cookbook. Both of them are in ebook form, and my first cookbook is also in print form, and I have that available on Amazon. I will link to all of those down below in the description box below this video. I'll also include my shopping link in case you want to pick up any of the Thrive Life ingredients you see featured in my recipes. Well, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope you try this recipe and love it. Please let me know what you think in the comments below. And also, please hit the like button if you enjoy my content. That really helps my channel. All right, guys. God bless you. I hope you have a wonderful day. And until next time, y'all take care and keep thriving.